Hey guys, so my friend came up to me and said, why can't I carry in ranked? Why can't I win? I'm always losing even though I always win my lane. And my response was, I don't know. I just win. Or I lose, whatever. So I decided to play on my Smurf, which is around goldish. Yeah, around gold. And I think I found a few interesting points for each lane, for how you can win after crushing your lane. And I want to share that with you. So first off, let's start talking about the top lane. Top lane is one of the most longest lanes to go in, and it's one of the lanes that are farther from other lanes, as mid is probably the most where people circle around and just like do whatever. But after the first enemy and ally tower fall, the lane becomes one of the longest lanes and your world to control. If the enemy knows that you can 1v1 him straight up, he will do one of three things. One would be to roam and do whatever his team is. Another one would be he'd call for his jungler to help so he could try to kill you, if he can, with his jungle. Or maybe he can hold his own at his own tower and you can't even do anything about it. So what is the response when the enemy leaves his tower to go help his team? Well, you just push and maybe try and get a few hits on his tower. Maybe even destroy it. Hopefully your team won't fight a 4v5 and blame it on you, like some people do. But if they do get caught into a 4v5, hopefully you can get like 1 or 2 towers for the price of their little team fight. And for the second one, what is the response for you if the enemy asks for help from his teammates? Well, if they're sending like say a jungler to like try and stop you, that's kind of good, as the jungler is trying to focus on your lane, and that means there's no pressure on other lanes from the jungler. So your jungler could pressure other lanes too. It's also actually saying that if they don't get a kill out of it, then they're efficiently wasting their time. And if they're trying to send like 3 after you, then your team should be like pushing mid or like bot or like something like that. Or like even getting dragon or some kind of objectives, as if you're pressuring top that much, then obviously there's going to be 2 members somewhere else, leaving 4 of your members to do something with that. And if the jungle actually tries to help his lanes, in some cases, you could actually 2v1 and maybe grab a kill out of it, and even get off scot-free. You just have to know your character and your limits and how far you can go and how deep you can go. And for the last one, where the enemy could actually sit at their tower and farm while you can't do anything about it, what you should be doing is, keep those minions pushing at his tower, and then after, go get the red buff, maybe go get some golems, maybe head mid, get their tower, and go to dragon, and once the creep pushes back, go back up there and push it back on him. Like someone like Shen, he can't really kill you 1v1 in the lane, but at his tower I'm pretty sure he could like hold you off from at least getting towers. And when we look at good split pushers, we look at their sustainability, escape movements, and dueling potential. So some examples are like Tryndamere, Aatrox, and Zed. Alright, so after a support wins his lane, how do you win the game with a support? That's a very good question. Well, I think the first thing they have to do is, well, ward. The more wards you have on the map, that means the more map control you have on the map. Just think of wards like Terran bunkers in StarCraft 2. They kind of give you more control of the area when you place that ward. Also, the more you ward, the less times that people will get caught, as they will make smart decisions as they have vision of the map. It also leaves opportunities for you to maybe catch some people who are overextended or something. Another way to help your team is really to just pink objectives like Dragon and Baron. The enemy team is blind from these certain points and areas of the maps. If they don't have vision of it, they have to be really cautious about entering this certain area, as someone could be caught off guard and maybe get caught. But you know what's even better than vision wards? Is Oracle's Elixir. Literally, I think this item you can actually carry your team, just because you can like literally blind the enemy from the map. And if you're gonna try and do something like say, pressure mid or take Baron, they won't react fast enough because they don't even know what you're doing, making your team able to make some plays of some sort of kind. Like say you just cleared Baron, they have no idea that you're doing it, and before they can react fast enough, it's already done or something like that. And the more wards you clear out, the more cautious the enemy will play. Alright, next on the list is mid lane. So what do you do after you've won your lane? Well, I think the best way to carry as mid is to roam a lot and pick off easy kills around the map. Like you have to just look at a situation to see if you can roam from mid to this lane or whatever, or this area, and to see if you can pick up a kill or not. The more better you get at analyzing situations and asking yourself, can I get a kill? The better mid you'll be. And of course, you want to shove out your mid lane so that the enemy does not try and take some free damage on your mid tower or even kill it. The more kills you get, the more threat of you in a team fight will be. Just also make sure that while you're roaming, you're also making use of the time and that you're missing not a lot of CS. So you gotta balance the roaming and the CSing. And the champions who I think are good for this role are people with like mobility and burst. And when I say mobility, I mean someone like Ahri or like Twisted Fate or Kassadin. Like their skills get them farther across the map or like even into battles quicker. People like Zyra and Nivea don't really have mobility and they're better for just like sitting mid and wave clearing or even pressuring their own mid. Like I don't think you'd ever see like a Brand or a Zyra or Nivea try and roam bot and pick up some kills. They're not champions who can catch up to an enemy and literally just kill them. They're champions who wait for people to come in their range so they can kill them. That's why I kind of think Kassadin and Twisted Fate are like really highly valued picks and have a big win rate as they become such a threat later on in the game. Alright, so let's move on to the jungler. What should you do when say 2 out of 3 of your lanes won? First off, you want to be the leader of your team. You want to be that guy who's like, hey, let's go this way. Oh, let's go this way. But in all seriousness, I actually think you should be leading your team to taking like objectives like Dragon, getting those times, even pushing down towers. Like you can do this since you are the tank of the team, which leaves you less vulnerability from the enemy team's attacks. Like since I kind of main jungle, I kind of know what I'm doing, I think. So I like to take a lot of objectives, and I think a second core point would be I want to fight fights which are particular in favor for me, as I know that I can win them or something. So that's why I like to play like initiators like Jarvan or like Nocturne. And since I know the difference from a good fight and a bad fight, I can actually just pick my fights. The more you get better in determining your fights, the more better you'll be as a jungler. And then let's say you win that fight, I think determining what to do next after you like killed someone or whatever is probably a key point in jungling or being the leadership role or shot caller. And for last would be a marksman. Woo! Well, I can't really say much except mechanics. Like, I actually think if you play AD carry or main it, and you want to keep winning games, you're going to have individual mechanics. And literally, like, that would mean, like, creep scoring, less hitting, oh wait, that's the same thing. Positioning in team fights, auto-attacking the right person, and, like, kiting, like the auto-attack and the move thing. And honestly, that's what I truly believe as an AD carry on how you can win, is just pure mechanics. Like if you already won lane and you think you have better mechanics than the other AD carry, then yeah, you're gonna like shit stomp in team fights. But maybe say that you won your lane, but the enemy AD carry is actually doing more in team fights than you are, then it's like I have to work on my mechanics or something, because obviously their AD carry is more useful than me for some reason, and I don't know why. Maybe it's my mechanics, maybe the enemy's champion is just broken. I don't know. Or maybe the enemy could be mechanically better than you. Ooh, shocking thoughts. So yeah, I want to wrap this up. I think I explained my mentality when I play each role, and I get a better feel of it, and these are my opinion on how you could win the game as each of these roles. And I hope it really helped anyone who tried to improve themselves or like maybe analyze what they're doing wrong. Yeah, basically I just want to help you guys improve. And I hope I did that. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed my video, and I'll see you guys next time.